Now, for the sake of Alan, with the erector spinae muscle feeling a bit sore, feel free to stop at any stage and just lean on the wall and do some massage. Oh man, I think I'm going to join you. So, you know, it'll be that sort of bit of weight in the front of the foot, narrow the front of the foot, knees wide, and you're just away in massage heaven. So if you need to do that, you can. I'm going to try and do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds relax. So that means it'll be a little bit intense at times. Onto the footstool. Might be 20 seconds, it could be 40, you never know, we might get carried away. Down and up. Down, press down. Up we go. Relax around your neck, collarbone and shoulders. Down and up. Nice. Keep it going. Ah, the smell of eucalyptus. I think that any colds and whatever's around at the moment, I don't stand much chance in here. So Grandma went to the doctor today with a little bit of a swollen gland in the throat. The doctor says, "Oh, you probably got this cold that's going around. Oops, we shouldn't have had you in the waiting room. We better give you a nose test." So, oh, she got up the nose. Poor old Grandma.
It's not too many days ago that we all used to sit in the
down and up.
Waiting rooms, everyone coughing and sneezing.
Everyone used to sit there coughing and sneezing, but now we have a PCR test, and it scared us all. That's probably almost a single major different thing. We can all report cases, but they're not old-fashioned cases, as in the doctor sees you sneezing. Somebody put something up your nose and said you're positive. And you might be saying, "What am I positive for? I don't feel sick." Are you a case? Heel off the ground. Let's go for it. Okay. Sometimes I need to stop myself because I can get quite upset. So just keep going. But that's no good. Just switch over to the other leg, 20 seconds. The heel's off the ground, and you can just feel your toes and front of foot just pressing into the ground. We'll go back and do another 20 on the other side. Right now, over we go. So you're just aware of that front of the foot narrowing a bit, and the front of toes, mid-toes, and balls of toes pressing to the ground. Over we go again. There's your 20 seconds. What a lovely dog. I'll tell you a story about Barry on the paper round. Sometime. This is a lovely dog story. Okay, wall sit. I'll just take a little break. So we're going to go wall sit. Now we're going to go via monkey. Here you go. Wide stance, arms hanging down like ship's ropes, big ship's ropes. The hips go back. The arms dangle, fingertips between the knees, and you've got your hips well back. This is where you're getting some stamina in your back muscles. Maybe they feel it right now. Into the wall. Right, 20 seconds. We'll stay at starting now. We've got our knees wide. We just feel we're pressing into balls of toes, mid-toes, and pads of toes. And if you just squeeze the front of foot narrow, we're good. Okay, down we go, 90 degrees. Can you do this? 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. So just to be prepared to coming out, you just put one hand on the wall and reach one hand forward, like shaking a hand. Up you come, just holding there. Oh, okay, yeah, good, okay, come on up. Take a little break. We're going to go into monkey sidestepping. We had a 10 second. Knees wide, bottom backwards. Yeah, and you should have that secondary breastbone lifting. Away we go. And you're aware of pressing into the front of the foot. How low can you go? And the arms going away and away. And back to the center again and up again. Whew. So it's a very important lazy muscle activation situation here. That's what monkey's all about. We could call it athlete ready if we want a little more self-respect. You know, who wants to be a monkey? We want to be athlete ready? Well, that's cool. Let's do it. Hips back, breastbone lifting, arms dangling, and then just Take your feet round in circles and do some circles. And again, balls of toes, mid-toes, and pads of toes are pressing to the ground. The spot behind the ball of the toe is pulling to the opposite side of the foot. You've done a few circles. This is really good ankle work. You're getting shin muscles working too. 20 seconds, take a break. So for a break, we can just do a little bit of stretch. Ankle up and forward, knee up and forward. Phew. And then the other. Turn out practice. Actually, no, we'll go back to another monkey one. It's basically one-legged. Just take your weight over. All the weight's on the one foot. Knee still bending out wide. Foot together, foot wide. Here we go. And if you go a bit lower, well, go a bit lower. Keep looking up. Second rib breastbone area is lifting. You're glad it only lasts 20 seconds about now. So you can see we really are loading this one leg, trying to keep the rest of the body still. Very good. And 10 seconds break before we do the other side. Pilates wide stance, hips back, knees wide. Shift the weight, away you go. Make sure that knee's going wide. Go a bit lower if you can. We have 5 more seconds. After this, we'll go into tall kneeling, just take a 10-second break. 2, 1. Tall kneeling. Just have the band ready. Phew. We're going to go into tall kneeling triceps with the band. Okay, just put it in place. "20 seconds, starting now. Elbows back, up and hold, feel the tummy working. So you can maybe just tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glute muscles together. So if the tummy's working, the glutes are working, the pelvic floor is working, you've got your pelvic floor ring of confidence, front, back, and sides. Glutes at the sides. Okay, 5 more seconds. Just checking in, is it a little warm in here or is it okay? Okay, so we could just do a little side bend. 2 each side, maybe. We've done 2 each side. We'll take the same action, but this time it's punch to the sky. Punch to the sky. Starting now. 1, 2. The shoulder lifts up and the ribs lift. Another 5 seconds. We'll go straight to the other side. Other side. Ribs lifting, yes. Which is better, to look down or to look up? Yeah, send the ribs and armpit up. Get the flexibility back in your ribs and shoulder girdle. Just drop that down. 10 seconds, right? We'll do some arm movements with shoulder glide. The shoulder glide is pushing the upper arm bone back and down. Just you can get that action, get that feel, push, push, and you'll know, you can even feel it making space between the upper arm bone and the collarbone. All right, so just pick an arm, push it back and down, and just forward and back. We'll do 10 seconds on each. That'll be about right. Next one's going to be apple in the hand. Keep pushing. Throw it behind you. Push. Push with those fingers on the shoulder. It helps it just look around a bit. We're mobilizing. Little pause. Apple in your hand. Apple in the box. Push on the shoulder. Push on the shoulder. The last one going to be the waiter's coin. There's your coin. Keep push on the shoulder. What do we get? Gold coin? or a penny. Push on the shoulder, push on the shoulder, push on the shoulder, switching over, just back and forth. This can be our more or less rest point, just pushing back. So at the top of the shoulder, top of the arm. Yeah, that is right, yeah. Yeah. Feels like it is a little bit forward and up, so maybe it's good, but you're going to tell me you've got bomb-proof shoulders. All right, so apple in the hand, push back on the shoulder, back, back, pushing on the shoulder, pushing on the shoulder, push, push, push. Out and apple in the box. Push on the shoulder, push on the shoulder. Just gliding the upper arm bone back and down, away from the tip of the collarbone. You won't get shoulder impingement. Waiter's coin. What did you get? Was it a tiddlywink? From here, just go onto all fours. Pardon me. And we're stretching out around the knees and so on. Okay, that's our little 10-second break. So just up on all fours, push to the fingers to rock back and find what your knees will give you. And back up again. Push to the front of the fingers in the palm, the front of the palm and fingers. Okay. And just go back into rest position for 10 seconds. So the next one, we're going to go into, just walk the hands quite slowly and deliberately into a push-up. We'll do 5 push-ups at whatever your level is, and we'll come back and take a break. Not so fast. We want this to take 20 seconds, so enjoy it. Don't hurry it. All right, so you're up. Walk your hands up. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do bent knee push-up slowly. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you feel your tummy working and pulling in a little, let's wait, shall we? 5. Walk the hands back. Rest position. If you can get your hindy down on your heels, well, great. If not, just take it where it'll go. About 10 seconds. We're going to do the same action, but with one hand forward and one back. And forward we go. Which ones are going to be forward? I'm going to have left hand forward. And then bent knee push up, down we go. 1, 2. Keep the elbow somewhere close to the body. Something just makes it a little more interesting this way. There we go. That's our 20 seconds. Deliberately walk the hands back into rest position. About a 10-second break, and then we walk the hands forward. The other hand's going to be forward in front this time. Here we go. Oh, there we go, right hand. 1. About that pace, we'll see us do 5 and 20 seconds. And just back into the rest position again. Hi, Val. So Val, we're doing 10 seconds of rest. Congrats, you joined us at the 10 seconds. We're going to do 20 seconds of something more energetic. And what's it going to be this time? On all fours. Donkey kick, 1, 2. Let's have the knee at 45 degrees. Up, push it high, back again. Up, push it high, back again. If you can reach out and just check that you've got your glute firing up, you feel like a bun of steel there. That's what we want. Up. We just call this donkey kick. And if it's a mindful exercise with glute muscle firing up, that's good. And one more, and then take ourselves back for a little break. Rest position. Did you feel that side had worked a little bit? So Val, I'm pleased you were able to make it. My technical glitches should be behind me now. I had some terrible glitches on Monday. Okay, 10 seconds forward, we go donkey kick. We're in the all fours, other leg. So about 45 degrees on the knee. Keep the same angle on the knee. You're allowed to look left and right and up and down if you like, but just think about squeeze the glute, descend the thigh bone behind the line of the body. Behind means up to the ceiling at the moment. 20 seconds. From here, we're going to lie on our backs in the relaxation position. One more. In relaxation position, with arms just wide of the mat. Good. Now, breathe into the floor, the belly, and the lower circle of ribs like a balloon. 3/4 breath. At the peak of the breath, relax the neck. And breathe out. Shoulder blades to the mat like dinner plates. Maybe the shoulders creep up to the ears just a little bit. That's all right. Shoulders to the mat like dinner plates, flat to the mat. Pilates 100s in 20s. Head up, hips and knees at 90-90. Here we go. Now, to make it a little more interesting, press the lower back a little more into the mat and your tummy's working a little firmer. There's 10 seconds. And feet down, arms down. Did you notice that just pressing your back to the mat made the tummy muscles work at least 50% harder? Now the knees are going to be straight for the next one. Legs at 45, Pilates 100, head up, heels touching. Yeah, so yeah, just press the back to the mat. And it only needs to be a very slight movement. Now, and this, with the legs long and the lever arm like this, you can try pushing your back to the mat, but it's not going to go terribly far, probably. This is really working now. Don't you love it? All right. 3 more seconds. And feet down and everything down. Well done. So the next is going to be legs to the ceiling. You're going to start with your fingers curled into a loose fist on your ribs, just under your armpits. You can see that spot there? So, yeah. Okay, so legs to the ceiling. Just take your right hand and bring it up, and finger and thumb grab your toe like a crocodile, leaping out of the water for a piece of meat. Then the other foot. So go to the left, and hand touches your ribs, and the right. So just finger and thumb touch your ribs. And before you know it, you're working your tummy and stretching your hamstrings all at once. And we've got one more after this. And just remember which hand's going to be doing the work next time. 10-second break. A nice big breath into the balloon of your belly and lower ribs and floor, and relax the neck and breathe out through pursed lips. And it might be a half or a 3/4 breath. Doesn't have to be huge. Head up, legs up. Crocodile snaps with the other hand. Finger and thumb, touch the ribs. Reach for the foot, touch the ribs. Now you might not be flexible to reach the toes, in which case this crocodile leaping out of the water does not get fed tonight. Snap. I love visiting the Croc Centre in Brisbane way, Queensland way. That is something else. We'll take the rest now. Single leg assisted roll up, one long leg, hands behind the knee. We're ready. Head up, curl a little higher. With pointy toes, press the ankle forward. Sit tall and kiss your shoulder blades together and smoothly roll down. That's the tricky bit. Once the head's landed, a little inward breath, relax the neck. Toes point, ankle presses forward. When the tummy's working, you know you're going to make it. Elbows back, shoulder blades together. Slowly down. Take your time. And just place that foot down so you still got a bent knee there. This is like starfish position. Shoulder blades are flat to the mat and like dinner plates, and and maybe the shoulders may creep a little up to your ears. So we just bring the feet a different way around. The other knee's handy for single leg stretch now, single leg roll up. Toes point, head up. You feel your tummy working, press the ankle forward, up we come. Sitting tall, you guessed it, shoulder blades together. And then slowly down. Slowly. That's tricky, isn't it? That's where we get the goals, coming down slowly. Head down, head up, tummy's working, press the ankle forward. Elbows together, shoulder blades together. And slowly back down. I feel like I've already had a few workouts today. And head down. It's a 10-second break now. Put the hands behind the head. I've got one knee up. And with the hands behind the head, you can just let the elbows go down wide. Breathe into the balloon of your floor, belly, and lower ribs. Relax the neck and your cheeks as well. Single leg circles. Try keeping the hands behind your head. 20 seconds on the first leg, leg to the ceiling. Now, which way are you going to go? I don't mind, but make it the one that's comfortable for you. All right, pause. Now make them really big circles. You got your hands behind the head, and it just makes it a little bit interesting how you're going to stabilize through the core of your body. One more, and then foot to the mat. Switch your legs over so you know which one's going to be the next one. Bent knee, starfish, relaxation position. The leg goes to the ceiling. Just a few, to the ceiling, little to medium-sized circles, round we go. Okay, now the big ones, which might be across the body, down and around. You'll be pressing an elbow down and wide to the mat just to keep yourself stable. Feel the stretch as you press an elbow into the mat. One more. And starfish lying. Imagine you're lying out in the paddock, breathing into the balloon belly with smiley cheeks. Come up to seated in preparation for rocking chair rolling. Just hands where hips are boost forward. Find a balance. I want you to look at your elbow. I want you to look at the top of at the point of the shoulder. And just notice that elbow and point of shoulder are in fact the same because they're all one arm bone. So elbow and point of shoulder are connected because they're all upper arm bone. So take that upper arm bone and send it down in the line of the elbow. And we can point the toes and just rocking chair. Feel that elbow just energizing down and out a little bit. So if the upper arm bone is energizing down and out, well, the elbow and the point of shoulder are going down and out as well. All right, so we can really enjoy this. You get the 10-year-old boy in the rocking chair just going out backwards. You best about roll so far over your knees, go over your head and hit the floor. One more. Let's come up to seated. Just cross your ankles and just enjoy. This is how you sit on your towel on the beach, right? Thinking about, oh, that water's a bit cold at the moment, or maybe some jellyfish in there. Okay. Single leg stretch. We'll have some variations. There's lots of variations on single leg stretch. Bring the knee up. And place it and bring the other one up. Single leg stretch, seated, cowboy style. Hold your 10-gallon hat, lean back, yeehaw. I didn't say it was easy. Did I say lean back? Yeehaw. And okay, let's just have the other hand ready up in the air of the hat. So come down and just hold your hat in the air because that's going to be the next hat in the air hand. Breathe into the belly and just feel the configuration of the breathing now with one arm in the air. So belly, floor, ribs, just breathe into the lower ribs. Relax the neck. Okay, we come up to seated again. Hand on the knee, lean back. Hug a knee in. Yeehaw. There we go. Did I get that right? Something like that. Okay. Yeehaw. And it's waggling your hand here. There. And just go down and bring both knees up and hug and cross your ankles. Just hug your knees together. If it's a bit difficult to interlace your fingers over your knees, just curl your fingers around each knee and take the elbows wide. Happy baby. Keep your back on the mat, head up for single leg stretch, just working one leg. Take the leg out in a bicycle action. We'll have one hand behind the head. You'll work out which one that is to make it easy. Long leg. All right, toes point to go down, back of the heel. Okay, toes forward to go down, toes towards your kneecap on the way out. There we go. And you'll feel how your back wants to lever off the mat a little. Well, just be aware of that. Switch the hands over and just bring your head down just for 10-second rest. So this is a version of single leg stretch with a bicycle action. Head up and toes point to lower long leg. Toes to kneecap on the way up. So you get your ankle working as well. Notice how your back wants to lever off the mat on the way down. So without stressing on it, just know that the tummy's working a little bit stronger. As the leg's lowering, the back's trying to lever off the mat. We're nearly there. And arms down. Take your arms long behind this time. This is our 10 seconds relax. Again, breathe into the balloon of the floor, belly, and lower circle of ribs. Let's have the head rock side to side, breathing. And relax the neck and cheeks. Now for double leg stretch, arms up, fold the knees up and hug them in. Send your legs out on an angle to whatever's right for you. Now these hands, touch your knees, clap your hands. Touch your knees, clap your hands. It's like pat a cake, bake a man. Gotta check how the time's going here. Anything to take your mind off those tummies working. Your back is gently pushing to the mat. You don't have to overdo it. I think that this will just about do what we want. Where you're still able to breathe into your belly, relaxation position, just come on down. Now, if at any time the neck's overdoing it, you could have one hand behind your head. Let's just have a go at that anyway. Single straight leg stretch, head up, one leg up, other leg up. Put one hand behind the head. And now about 6 times, just reach up, grab an ankle and pull it to your shoulder. And then release that and grab the other ankle and pull it to your shoulder. I like to have slightly bent knees. Grab and switch. Grab and switch. Grab and switch. Grab and switch. Play everything down. Put the other hand behind the head. Elbow wide. Breathe into the belly. Relax the neck and the cheeks. Single straight leg stretch, single-handed. Leg up, leg up. So just reach for an ankle, pull to the shoulder. And then the other one, pull to the shoulder. I've got one hand behind the head. Good. Eventually your knee's gonna come down and hit you on the cheek. Probably just about is now. And then down we come. Everything's on the mat. And breathing again, I got hands behind the head. Going to come up to a single leg stretch. Let's rocking both our way up, hands behind the knees. Curl your back as your head comes up. Rocking, 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 and place your legs and make 3 sides of a square. The chin on the chest, and just let your back of neck lengthen and lift a bit. Then roll each vertebra forward in sequence. Lift the tummy and ribs a little. Your fingers are resting on your toes, or maybe they're not quite reaching there. Rebuild the spine. Each vertebra and line of ribs goes up. The head comes up. Looking at the ceiling with your eyes. Looking down between your thighs. And then forward we go. And you just rest your fingers forward. Just send the upper arm bone wide a little bit and forward a little bit, and roll back up. And then cross the wrists, the ankles, and just sit sort of ladylike, and take your 10 seconds. And again, just sit ladylike. Well, this time we're just going to do our lookup stretch. You get your 2 fingers on your breastbone, second rib area, look down. The fingers send the breastbone, second rib up. Then the Adam's apple up and back, and then the chin up and back. When the chin's forward or up, send the tongue and teeth forward as well. And then we start talking like this. And then come on down. Look, just look down at your lap, chin on your chest. Just take the other hand. Up with the breastbone, up with the Adam's apple, up with the chin, teeth, and tongue. Just push them forward. And just so it's a bit, yeah, it sounds a little funny. You've got to really, and come on down, just take a little break and just recross your ankles. So you feel this really wicked stretch between your Adam's apple and your jaw and your tongue and everything in there. And you won't be snoring so badly now. Do you snore? Of course you snore. I can hear it from my house. Not from God, they say you're right. So glad you're here. So glad you managed to get on. Good on you. Okay, so we're just 20 seconds and then we take a little 10-second break. And seated action, we've got some nice things here. How wide can you get your legs? Good. Good, bring it back a little. So we want to just sort of robot twist the arms here. So the upper arm bone from elbow to shoulder that's 1 unit, and you just bend the elbow a little so you know you've got upper arm bone. Just a tiny bend in the elbow. And so you can feel, I don't have a nice way to say this, but you know, those front ribs, one forward, one back. Now the ladies might want to know what I'm trying to say, but still be polite. One forward, one back. Twisty twist, have we got it? Yes, we have. So the arms look like soaring, but we've got this rotation of the chest. All right, so take it into the soar. We'll have a big stretch, fingers back. If you look to one, you can see your pinky fingernails. What color is your fingernails? All right, round we go. And twist, twist. If you look up under your eyebrows, the soaring is happening. Lift, stretch, point your fingers back. And then we're down we go. And just 1, 2, that same old twisty twist. Soaring. If you look at your hand, it looks like it's soaring. Take a break. Well done. So the next one's going to be the seated swimmer's arm action. Or part of it is like Marilyn Monroe doing a little bit. Hey guys. That's how she does it. Big smile, head back. Hair waving in the breeze, stretch. Keep the elbow and shoulder high as you dive to the tendon below your kneecap, patella tendon. Up and back, stretching, fingers pointing backwards. Elbow and shoulder high, stretching. Back and up. You're leaning back a little. And take your break. We'll have a little 10-second break. And at this point, you get to realize, yes, that side did feel like it had a workout. A good stretch out. Ready for the other side. Hand behind the back. Look at your hand. What color is the nail varnish? Stretching, smiling. Elbow and shoulder high. Bent elbow. It's going to be slightly bent elbow. Up. Stretch. Reach away. When those nail polish fingernails touch the wall behind, you know you're there. We've got one more after this. Side lying, quad stretch. You can use a band if you want. Down we go. I'm just going to suggest, try working the diagonal, up high in front and down low below. Pardon me. Peter, do you feel a stretch? He says, yes, that's good. So some of us are a bit tighter than others, so I can't get the visual impression of how we're going to take a break. We just got two hands behind the head. Now, this is how we're going to do the break. Take that top elbow back and just roll your chest back. Now, the knees might separate a little. And then you're just enjoying, just relax the arm that's behind. Just work out how to relax it. All right, so we'll come up forward. And for the next 20 seconds, just straighten the leg and give me a painting the fence. Toes a bit higher. Up. Up. All right, so you've missed the top of the fence. So just stay up there and get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, just a little bit front and back. We missed the top of the fence, right? Come up to seated. You know you got some work happening there. Other way. Quad stretch. We'll call this a 20-second workout. So we take that thigh bone up and forward, and then we take it back and down, and then up and forward. My favorite really is doing circles and really emphasizing the back of the circle, but I just suggest you try the diagonal today. Up and forward, and back and down. If you like to do circles, that's fine. Knee over knee, foot over foot. Just take a 10-second break. We're preparing for paint the fence or up and down kick. And put two hands behind the head. Straighten the top knee and up and down. Paint the fence. No, you missed the top of the fence. Go up and down at the top. Up, down, up, down, a little bit forward. Up, down, up, down. Shall I name names and say, you missed the top of the fence, get a bit higher, we're nearly there. It's okay, don't worry, come on out. Knee over knee, foot over foot. So for the relaxation, hands behind the head, send the top elbow back, your body twist, your chest twist over. You still think about a balloon breath into your tummy. The lower ribs will join in. The shoulder relaxes. And now prop on an elbow for a Roman feast position. Push down to the back of the elbow. The hips and the top hand are going to move up at the same time. Point one finger, it's like Saturday Night Fever. Up we go. Press to the back of the elbow. All right, now arm down, hips down, press up again, press to the back of the elbow. The arm and the hips dip down and back up again. So hand down, hips down, back up again, press to the back of the elbow. All right, we're getting close now. It's going to be like 2 more. Press to the back of the elbow. Don't worry, we have a break. Coming in now. Come to seated, ready for the other side. That felt like we've got some work out there. This is preparation for side plank. Prop on the elbow, Roman fist. You got your Saturday Night Fever finger ready to go to the ceiling. Press to the back of the elbow, that's what make it work. Up we go. And you dip down and you come up. Press to the back of the elbow, press to the back of the elbow. Just keep that going. Press to the back of the elbow. We're going to do some, come on down. So we're going to do some fancy leg work now. All working from the clam position. Take your top knee up and send it back down again. Take the top knee up, straighten the leg. Make McDonald's, down, up and forward. Slowly down, that's really mean. Up, slowly down to touch the knee, up, slowly down to touch the ankle. Take a break. And you breathe into your belly. Maybe you feel a little more breath in that side of belly now. Relax the neck. All right, so we know the McDonald's action. We're gonna make it a little faster. Knees up. All right, here we go, starting now. So up and forward and up and knee and up and ankle, you got it. To the knee and to the forward and to the knee and to the forward and to the knee and complete the action. Take a break. We know we've got some thigh action working there. So we've had, yeah. We'll do one more. We'll look at squares high, a high square. Like imagine you've got a window on a wall and you're tracing it with your toe. You're right, whether you just trace it with your toe. So up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward. This is the tracing a window frame. How big is your window? The bigger the window, the more light you get. Nearly there. We'll just come up to seated, 10-second break. And then you'll be ready to go the other side. Straight into the clam position. We're going to paint the fence first. Knee over knee, foot over foot. The knee comes up, straighten the knee. So it's just up and down, paint the fence. Take the leg up and get the top of the fence, up and down, up and down. Don't miss the top of the fence. This is a better lift this side, Peter, and Alan as well, actually. Good one. Or just come on down, take a 10-second break. And you can breathe into your belly. It's like a balloon. Maybe there's a little breath coming into the side ribs, side belly. McDonald's arch, kind of slow motion, straighten the front knee. Up we go, and forward, and slowly lower. Up, and slowly lower to the knee. And slowly lower to the ankle. Up, slowly lower to the knee. Up, and slowly lower to the ankle. To get your bomb-proof hips. We need to massage them later on, probably. Right, knee over knee, foot over foot. Take your 10-second break. Next is going to be McDonald's arches, moving quickly. 5 more seconds, we're nearly there. Straighten the leg. All right, up and forward, touch the heel down, touch and touch and touch, up and forward, up and knee, up and ankle, keep going. Take a break. It's a 10-second break. So it's the square, which is like your toes tracing a window on the wall. Okay, up we go. So we can trace up, back, down, forward. Up, back, down, forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There's one more after this. Let's go, just grab the band. And I think right now it'd be nice to just stretch that out on nice stretch, mobilize. Band over the balls of toes. Stretch band, windscreen wiper. Forward band. Wide. If the leg's wide, just straighten, bend the knee a little. Now the opposite hips down, all the way down. And the leg to the ceiling, and we can do a little hamstring action. And then leg across the body, which is what we were really looking for. And then I'm just enjoying a straighten and bend the knee with leg across the body, because that's what it feels like after that rather mean side-lying dynamic leg workout. Oh. And So we're not too worried about how long this is taking at the moment. Just enjoy. So both sides, left or right, I'm just enjoying a bend the knee, straighten the knee, just see where it takes me. You can put one hand behind your head if you like. You can put two hands on the band if you like. Well, I think it's a good time to switch now. I usually start leg wide and opposite hip down. And that makes it a bomb-proof back because the lowest spinal joints have got no twist in it. And just bend and straighten that knee. Oh yeah, that's good. And then leg to the ceiling, and with a straight knee, just pull the foot to the wall behind. I like to do this with the elbows wide, two hands on the band. Imagine what it would be like if your kneecap came down and hit you on the cheek. And it's funny, but there's a little bit of neural control of tissue growth and adaptation. The more you think about it, the more likely it is to happen. I got my leg across the body now. I'm just straightening and bending the knee and working out how I can do that comfortably. All right. Ready for bridging. Knees close together. Just a roll up shoulder bridge. Curl your tailbone up, curl your hips up. The knees start going forward. As each line of ribs lifts up in sequence, you're up in the bridge. Stay in the bridge. Shoulder blades flat to the mat. Just head side to side a little bit and smiley cheeks, relaxed throat. And again, breathe into the balloon of your floor, belly and lower ribs. And relax the neck. That's going to be our position for the moment. Roll on down. Take 10 seconds. When we roll up, we're going to do a bicycle action on one leg, and then we'll roll down again. Rolling up, bicycle action. Toes point to go down, toes to kneecap on the way up. Away we go. Press the hip high as the leg lowers. I don't mind if the knee's not totally straight, but press the hip high as the leg lowers. Did I say it's a little mean? Press the hip high as the leg lowers. You can use a little bit of pressure from your elbows too if you like. You can smile and relax your neck. We're nearly there. One more. Foot to the ground. Roll your spine back down a bone at a time. The hips and tailbone last. 10-second break. There's a bridge with bicycles. Looked really nice. And again, the breath into the belly. So we're working quite hard, but we're also getting relaxing breathing in. You're going to sleep well tonight. Roll your hips up, everything up. Bicycles, long leg lowers with pointy toes. Bent knee to come up. Toes point forward on the down, toes to kneecap on the way up. Now press the hips high. Maybe you're using your shoulder blades and elbows to press a bit high. Press high. The higher the hips go, the more the fun. So really making us work. This is real joy of Pilates. So the 20 seconds on and the 10 seconds rest means you've got plenty of time to rest, so you can actually work at quite a high level. And you'll be very surprised what happens. Down we go. 10 seconds. So I want you just to take your hands like that, so the thumbs are down, and you've got the right angle between thumb and fingers. You just place those on the crease of the hip. The thumbs down the side of your hips. Now, this is the crease of the hip. It's between your legs and your tummy. All right, so keep your back straight like it's a trapdoor in the floor. Press your hips high. And your hips are pressed high. Take a leg to the ceiling. And it's pointing to the ceiling. Just lower it about a foot forward. Now, see about squares. Here we go. Down, round, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change direction. Push the hips high. 2 more. Last one. Foot to the mat. Keep your back straight as your lower back down. Do both sides of the hips land at the same time. Breathe into the belly balloon. The neck's relaxed. It's very relaxed. And then you breathe out. We're ready to push into the bridge again. Up we go. Other leg, circles. Point the toe to the squares. 1 foot forward. Now complete the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. This is a really difficult one when I'm working my left leg. Don't know about you, we're probably it's a little easier for you. Okay, nearly there. One more. And come on out. So my hamstring gave out on me just there, so I'm just going to give it a little break. Tall kneeling for Sir Galahad. Press the wrists up to the ceiling. Now, you'll need to go just for 20 seconds. Can we all do this together? Press the wrists up and back. That's quite energetic. Back we go, belly buttons back. Forward we go, the lower tummy and the pubic bone sinks down. Press the wrists back. Forward we go. So it's like a rolling action. Press the wrists back, and you know that you're working when the wrists and the arms are pressing up and back. Keep the arms pressing back. When you're forward, the pubic bone sank right down. And take a break. Switch the legs over, preparation for the other side. Did you feel a little workout in your front of your foot? The 15+1 area? 10 seconds. Press the wrists up. Press them up and back. Or the back and the belly buttons back. We're forward and the pubic bone sinks down. And away we go. Pressing the wrists up and back makes it a real mean exercise. Press the wrists up and back. You'll sleep well tonight. Arms just drifting down. We'll take a little kneeling break. Perhaps we could just let the hips go a little side to side. It's just, this is our relaxed moment. Dreamy head, or just have your head a little bit over and shoulder lift. You still think about growing tall like a bamboo, perhaps waving in the breeze. That looks good. Spot on. Wow, you've got a nice second rib breastbone lift. So you like to practice your second rib breastbone? This is good. What's it feel like to pretend to be an international gymnast? You're saluting the crowds and the judge. You're going to give it a go. And you can do it now because the ribs are lifted, right? It's no good ribs down because like, I'm an international. Ribs lift. There we go. Always try the ribs lift. And see, there's so much more shoulder mobility and arm mobility just from the ribs lifting. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Okay, so we've had a look-up stretch already. We'll do the side and the shoulder, pointed shoulder lift. Now this is amazing as I do this basic neck and shoulder maintenance. I'm always moving the ribs and shoulder girdle as well. Just the problem with right-sided headaches and hop out of bed in the morning and the room's spinning. It's really settled. Just this demonstrating this mobilization thing has made a huge difference. Take a little break. And so it's really nice to share it because number one, I get to do it regularly. And number two, maybe it's going to help you. So the spiral lookup stretch, now the easiest way I do this, just a finger behind the ear, a finger on the jaw. It looks like you've got a sore tooth. Well, the fingers go directly up. The ribs going up is with it. I just look directly upwards. And then spiral goes down and forward again. That's your spiral lookup, yeah? As long as the ribs are lifting in front, under the fingers, and then look down, spiral down. We only want to do about 3 because this is the spiral lookup muscle. You don't want to overdo it at any one time. Otherwise the room might start spinning. So got a toothache on the other side. Fingers go up, the ribs lift. looking directly overhead. Then spiral the gaze down and forward. And just watch how we're doing. Yeah, yeah. Did you notice if you let your ribs and collarbone lift, it's quite comfortable on the back corners of the neck vertebrae. And good. And if you wanted to, you get a little massage in there as well. Up and down, massaging the spiral neck muscle. So how much of vertigo and headaches could be solved by using these tricks? Well, we don't know. The beauty of the neck movement, as long as you're moving ribs and shoulder girdle, your neck vertebrae aren't going to be worried. In fact, you're actually putting a lot of safety into the system because you're not putting all the movement into the base of the neck. We're still in tall kneeling. Pull strings. Well, you get the idea, just grab a string and pull it in. So once you get the idea of one, yeah, really rotating your ribs, like the ribs are like dinner plates rotating over each other. And once you pull strings, well, just let the hands be relaxed like a runner's hand, a little curled, bit of curled fingers, a half fist. Take a break. Sit on the footstool. This is our little break time. Just about done. Okay, we haven't, yeah, actually we have. We've had side bend for the spine and we've had, just see if we can go into geisha girl sitting, just like this. And if that's not so good, you might need a cushion under there. So just see if you can do it. What I'm looking for is this tall, relaxed little line. Looks really nice, like a geisha girl. You might not want to go into that. That's all right. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now I think it might be nice just to massage the mid-back. So this might be quite nice to do. And what's your favorite method? We could do it on the floor in the bridge position. Or the wall position that's analogous to that is the sort of into monkey and then lean back. I'm going to go just try the mid-back. This is sort of my popular command today about mid-back here. And just see what that's like. Now, you might not have a problem there, but you'll put a ball in there and you say, oh, there's a knot. I got a knot there immediately. It's like a Chinese burn knot. It's sending a bit of pain from this ball down the sausage-like muscle towards the hip. And it feels a little bit like Chinese burn. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to enjoy pressing on that. So sometimes you get into knots. I get into knots in my mid-back and I say, oh, I didn't really know that was there. And I think, oh, it's nice. That's a good one to get at. It's like a little surprise. Life is like a box of chocolates. And here we are, we're cracking the nut on a trigger point I didn't know about. So it's like a hazelnuss praline, like hazelnut, Swiss chocolate. Whoa, that's really, so it just has that feeling. It's like a hazelnut Swiss chocolate, this one. It's quite yummy. It's a good spot. It's like, I know that's a spot I probably needed to be looking at a couple of years ago. So thank you, Alan. This is a good choice. So there you go. You can do a nice bridge. And the analogous thing is what I would call the monkey position, and then into bottom back, knees bend wide, a little more weight on the front of the foot, and just hips on the wall. And keeping the same configuration on the feet. There you go. Just lean. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Oh, yeah. This is the spot that I will be loving to nurture for the time, because this might fix that slightly achy sore back I've had on the right side for a year now. This might be what I needed to do a year ago. So my clients tell me what to do. So thank you, Alan. You've fixed my back. So hopefully you're finding just what you want today. Oh yeah, that's so magic. And maybe that's the spot I'm going to think about today. It really is about time now. But, you know, you might be thinking in your head, I may need somewhere else. Monkey, yeah, right. Knees bent wide, like on a fat pony, hips back, and a little bit of breastbone lift. Or when the hips are on the wall, I just swing my body up. And I've still got the same thing with the legs, a little bit of breastbone lift. Oh, yeah. You know, I just feel like life would be sweet if we could socialize and do a back massage. I've seen that there's a beautiful, Found My Fitness, there's a website. And Rhonda at Found My Fitness sent me a beautiful email. And I've turned it into a really nice article about vitamin D, which I would love to give to you. And just read it and be amazed. Be amazed. Now, Rhonda's a very good researcher. And it just blew me away when I just put it together. And this is for your health. Vitamin D could be more effective than vaccination for preventing serious COVID illness. I tend to be rather controversial, but have a read, have a read. Have a read. I've got the actual recommendations for boosting up vitamin D, which is not the doctor's old recommendations, which have been there for 40, 50 years. This is the respiratory one. It helps for any respiratory infection, but the funny thing is with the way COVID works to hurt you, at the 8 days after the first sign of symptoms, that's when the lungs and the oxygen plummets. And that is explaining why that happens and what you can do. Like vitamin D would prevent that 8-day oxygen dip. I'm almost certain about that, but it can't do any harm. Vitamin D is incredibly safe, provided you're not on large doses of calcium supplement at the same time. Vitamin D is incredibly safe. And there's a link in there to a Canadian review that says it's very, very hard to overdose with vitamin D. It's funny, but the doctors, they still have probably advice that's 40 or 50 years out of date. I'm not getting it. I mean, if I was a doctor, I'd be the same. But I mean, this stuff keeps coming at me and I just love to share it. I just love to share it. So it's nice to have you here. I'm so relieved, Val, that you could get in, and presumably it wasn't a hassle, because it was such a problem on Monday, and I'm just getting these things a bit worked out a bit better. So nice to have you here. I'm just glad you joined us. Yeah, so I'll just come on over and sign on out. Better just have a thumbs up or something there. Yeah. See you. Thanks, Val. See you later.